How's everybody doing out there? Sorry for the shirt. So unprofessional, but should that be a cause? Cause and effect. Cause and effect. Judgment. How we alter our thinking. Not only about numbers. It's not all about numbers. Not all about numbers. Coordinate space. When you hold up the rectangle from this angle, what happens to it? If I hold it up from the side, pending where I hold it on the side, what happens to it? From in the center, would you say this is 3? Or if I held it here, would you say this is 135? Or would you say this is 135 as this is 135? How can this be 135 and this be 135? It's 135 in their own realm. So now we have to create a larger size. So we're going to create this, okay, as 1 through 12, 4 sections of 3. 4 sections of 3. So if you say Mars is 4, 4 on the inside, 4 on the outside. Let's say the Earth Moon is over here, and these are the areas of Mars. But you can only live in one and have 3 open. So if you're playing one team against the other team, or one team against the other team, you're playing in their house and you're playing in your house. You're home and away and they're home and away. So in 2 there is actually 4. So the formation of the pod of Earth would basically be like this. 100 and, is this 120, or are these all 90s? 30 30 30, 30 30 30, 30 30 30, 30 30 30. 90 90 90, 360 of 360 equaling to 720. Now, is this what it is? Is this what we're looking for? Let me see the cube. Or is this what we're looking for? Or hold on a second. Hold on. Or is this what we're looking for? Wait a second. I got one more. Got one more. Hold on. Or are we looking for the face? Or is it on the ATM? Or is it on my keyboard? So it's all over. It exists already. What is the difference between 3 and 4? You see, we can predict all these things in the world. I don't know if I do that. I come into the realm of numerology. Someone asked me, what do you do? I never put a name on anything. I can call it numerology because really and truthfully, it is. It's a sector of numerology. I ain't got a diploma. Well, I ain't got a diploma to act. You ain't got a diploma? You can't be funny. You ain't got a diploma. But I got 88. 88 is the put together. Put together both sides. In the palm is the separation of the 2 sides. Now, where is the separation of those 2 sides? Where do my fingers go? Where do they spread out to be? Where is the thumb? We can also relate this to the bowling ball. Then we're going to understand the difference in games. In bowling, 10-pin bowling, where you put the fingers in the ball, right? Where you put the fingers in the ball. 1. You can call this 1 and go to the outside. If you call this 1 and go to the outside, you'd be 1, 2, 3 to the outside. You'd be from this one to this one. It'd be, let's say this was 1. You'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away, but 6 altogether from each other. You can also say, if this is 1 and I started from my 2 feet. No, I start from here and I count to my 2 feet. And this was 1. This would be now 11. 11, 11. So depending on can I say the fractal way of calculating? Let me shut the light out just for a minute. There's light outside. You can see, where is it? It's right here. Look at that. My hand, look at that. Gone. I lost half a hand. So I always talk about 88. What is 88? I can only explain it to you the way I can mathematically or wordly create 88. Through math, I can create 88 with how many numbers? Well, if I was counting, I could just say 88. 1 and 87, 2 and 86, 3 and 85, 4 and 84. 4 and 84 brings Mars 4. Hold on a second. Every time I think of something new, I got to write it down. This is new. I'm still building. I'm still creating. 88 minus 1, 88 and 1 equals to 89. 88 minus 1, okay, equals to 87. 88 minus 2 is equal to 86. 88, by the way, is purple. Purple are 2 primes. 2 primes. Why is 88 2 primes? Just let me fix this here. 88 is 2 primes. Hold on a second. Okay, I'll just write this down. EIGHC. 88 is 2 primes. Wow. I have to rethink of what I was thinking. Wow, 88 2 primes. Oh, I'm not sure if it's 2 times 2 equals 4. 2 plus 2 equals 4 equals to 8. Can we make this another way? Yeah. 88, right? 8 times 8, 64. 8 plus 8 equals to a total of 16. 16 and 64 is 80. It's also 71. How do I get? 6 and 4, 10. 6 plus 1, 7. 7, 10. 7 and 1. I'd count this to a single digit. If I multiply it, it becomes 66. So the gate weight is 66. Well, where do I get that? 4 by 6 equals to 24. 1 times 6 equals to 6. What if I crisscross it? What if I go an addition and a multiplication? So I'll take a 64, which is part of the multiplication, and I'll put it with what is the addition. Hold on a second. I did that already. The 64. Let me see what I was doing. 4 times 6 equals to 24. 1 times 6. Yes. So that one will now equal to 30, that equation. Just give me a second to fix this. I feel like I'm going fast. You know, I shouldn't be going so fast. I should be explaining a little bit more. 88. 88, yes. 88 is purple. The word purple equals to 88. It is 72 and 16. As well, it is 72, hold on, 26 with U plus E. I break down the word. I'll take out the vowels. I'll separate the vowels pending if it's an opposite or if it's an alter color, meaning that A, E, I, and U, okay, equals to 36, and O equals to 15. Well, why did I separate it? The reason I separated it is because if you go to the roulette table and you look at the evens and odds numbers, you will see that the 15th letter is black when the 1st, the 5th, the 9th, and the 21st are all red. So I separate them. Now I also separate, why did I go 72 plus 16? The total word count for purple is 72 plus 16. But there's 2 P's. So I'm going to take away one of them and just use one of them. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take away 2 of them, because I'm going to let one cancel out the other. I got to create all the situations that will bring my letter, my word, into a numeric, how can I say it, going backwards. It goes forward, it goes backwards. Where does it come from? I only can go back as far as the math or the equations. And if we keep equally doing the equations to all the other numbers, we're going to keep categorizing each number and see at what level or dimension the numbers meet. Whether I go, I'm going to show you that in a minute. So purple is take away 32 equals to P and P. So now we're going to go 40 plus 32 plus 16. Hold on a second. No, we're going to go 40 plus 32. Just 1 second. Purple equals 88. Equals 88. Hold on, I want to go 88. P16 equals to that 88. So now I still have 88. almost like a puppy, you know, inside the word, P-U-P, pup. I got a pup in the word, and purple. Red and blue is what creates it. 27 and 40 creates purple. 88. 40. 18 and 12 is 30. So let's do that. Let me see what I'm going to do here. I'm mixing myself up. I'm not sure where I'm going with this, so just give me a second. Give me a second. P and P equals to 32. RL equals to 30. And plus, hold on, R and L plus PP equals to 32 plus RL equals to 30 plus UE equals to 26. And the total here is 32 plus 30 plus 26. So this would be 538. Now, why did I do this? I put the two P's together. I put the U and the E vowels together, and I put these two together. This numeric value over here, although it says 30, the actuality is 93. The R is the 9 to a single digit, 9 number, and the L, 12, is 1 and 2, 3. So this becomes the 10 and angel. And it also says this in letters as a word. It also says sky. Now the word sky is 55, so we'll have to have 39 plus 16. Now what would be that 16? It's the half-life. This would be the energy would be in the sky because of its mathematics. But I'm into purple, and I was counting down. I was also doing the piece on this. Now that I'm into the 11th minute, I hope everybody is still around. We're still going to count this. So 88 minus 3 equals to 85. 88 minus 4 equals to 84. And this is where Pluto comes in. Pluto, purple, you know, Pluto's number 84. The 88 minus 5, this is the E-World challenge between above and below, in which what is number 5 to me, or what can it be? I put this heart over here. I just make the heart square, and then I put another heart on top, heart to heart. If you want to design it, right, you put heart over heart, and you get 808, right? So when you do this, wow, grab the purple one, eh? So you have the center, you have here, here, and here is now an area. So I'm not sure how to explain this or what's happening, but here's the outside area. All these areas are void. They're all below the surface, or it's a pass. It depends how you're going to connect this together now. Correct? You see now it's the pass. See the yellow world, or the world of soul behind here, and now you have that pass through this design and what looks like 8. Now you're going to have two cubes that come together. So this one over here is 83, and this one will explain 11 and 22. Just give me a second. Now the thing about 38, this finger over here, which if you count from the toes, it is 10 plus the third finger, or if you count both hands, so it's either 13 or it can be the toes, 10 toes, and then one hand, so it's 10 and 5, and then the 3, so it'd be number 18. So just to make a long story short, it's going to be number 3, it's going to be number 8, it's going to be 5, 10, it's going to be number 18, 3, 8, 3, 3, 8, oh, and 13. So 31 and 11 is 42. It becomes your gateway. There is only one number 1. Everything we do, there's only one number 1. Okay? When you look at this over here, there's only one, and it's inside the 1, the 3, and the 5 on here. This is that story. This is the story I tell, the reality. I don't know why I'm feeling a little frustrated. I'm speaking to myself 10,000 videos later, most of the time speaking to myself. What happens here with 1122 is this. Let me get Rubik's Cube here. And this item. If you count, there are 9. There's only 26 cubes, but there are 9 and there are 9. If I use this to create formation, I am showing you 3. If I'm showing you 3, I'm showing you 3 empty spaces. Am I showing you the 3 this way? No, I'm showing you the 3 this way. It's the 3 empty spaces. No matter what you do, those are the 3 empty spaces. Unless we want to see this a different context, we're going to do this. And we're going to invert this. And when we invert this, automatically we create these 2 areas here. Now, are we going to look at this as the DNA? I don't know which way to look at it, but I always look at that as the DNA. And if the Earth is on this angle, it changes the value of the words in my equations. And if we work in rectangulars like Monopoly, like plywood, I'm going to just get back to the story. With plywood, we also have to use this. You see what I'm doing right now, if somebody wants to write this down, put this into a ledger book of what all the possibilities of what everything is or can be that is already being used on this planet, that a plywood is usually 4 by 8 by different thicknesses. Paper is 8.5 by 11. So it's actually 1/3 extra, right? 1/3 of 8 is almost 3. 8.5 by 11 is almost 1/3. So you're looking at 11. But the question is, you know, with plywood, when you call it a 4 by 8, it's usually 4 by 8. When you call it a 2 by 4, it's really never 2 by 4. They're calling it 2 by 4, but by how many feet? You see, a plywood is by how many feet you have the 3/4 inch plywood. And most plywoods are 4 by 8. But when you come to 2 by 4s, it's not exactly the same thing. So when we get to 11 and 22, what happens is when I use 3 on this side, there's 6 left over. If I use 3 on this side, there's 6 left over because every side is 9. Now I flip it around, there's a 4. So now there's 5 left over. 5 and 6 left over. That's 11. So all the opposite sides are 11. So if you sit it this way, it's 4 around. So it's 11 like this and 11 like this. That's your 88. 22 times 4 is 88. And you're holding the ball this way. And you're holding it this way. The way we can come into formation is holding it this way, right? Now the thing is, these pinkies, there's only 3. There's 1 on the bottom, there's 3 here. Am I gonna put my pinky on the bottom? Or is my pinky on the side? You see the way the pinky seems to interfere, do something different, right? Look at that. I have a pinky here. And then I have the thumb here. I have the thumb here, right? And where's my pinky again? Hold on a second. These 3 here. Yes. So I have the pinky with the thumb. Is that what it is? Pinky with the thumb. But I can't get the other pinky with the other thumb. Now, if I'm holding it this way, right? See, if I hold it this way, I get the pinky with these 3 fingers. My other 3 fingers are here. I can't get 3 fingers. It's always got to be the pinky with the thumb. Otherwise, you see this pinky? I'll have to bring back this pinky up here, but I can't turn my pinky all the way to the other side. So it's pinky with a thumb, 1 and 1, with my 3, 3 coming together over here. So whatever that equation is. Now let me get a little bit of light. Okay. And we're going to continue on. So this equation, what happens is we have 6 and we have 3. This is the 3V for void. Then we turn it over to the other side. We have 1 and 8. Then this would be, these 2 would be 7, and these 2 would be 11. Now we're going to go over to 4. So we have 4 dot, and we have, this is so crumbly. I don't like to do it like this. Let me, just give me a second here. Let me just take this away. Don't hesitate. You want to send me office supplies? That's fine with me. Any help will do. Just keep me in this chair, and let's keep working together. You have 1 and 8. You have 6 and 3. You have 2 and 5. You have 7. Oh boy, no. You have, I didn't want to do it that way. I'm doing it, hold on a second. I'm not sure which way to do it. Let's do this. Hold on. I'm always changing my methods. I'm never sure which way to put it because it's going to make some artwork. We have 1 and 6, and here we have 8 and 3, and this will equal to 7. This will equal to 11. And then we have 2 and 5 equals to 7, and then we have 7 and 4 equaling to 11. And then we have 3 and 4 equaling to 7, and that's where we have 6 and 5 equaling to 11. So in the house of DC, okay, we have 65, 56. And if you want to know what goes with that, 7, white, 3. And remember one thing, that when we play Scrabble, because this is all about what is the dimensions inside the game, right? So this over here, I'm just trying to remember it right. So what happens is whatever words you can make from these words are a little bit deeper into the word. So, so this is the formation. Now this is the house of DC, 3 and 4. There's a big understanding with numbers. I'm going to have to get back to this. There's so many things going on at once. I want to continue down the row here. We're 88 minus 6. 6 and 1 are the reverse of the cube. And once you get to that number, this is where we get the passing. Number 82, the passing of man. 4 times 7, again, I'm not enough paper. 4 by 7 equals to 28, which is the cycle of man and the word of man that does not become man until 13. We have to continue down this until we come into the light of the sun. The letter N and the letter O and the letter P. Why? Because the letter P is the 16th letter. It now becomes the reverse of this cube, 1 and 6. It now enlightens, okay, the 8 and the 3, the connection of 13, the moon, and the resident angel seat in the creation of the heavens through the gateway. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals to 6 and 8. Equals to 6 and 8, the house planet. And remember, the reverse of 88 is 66, so we're also going to work with 66 over here. Okay, let's see if I can explain the rest. At 91, we have the spirit. 85 is the matrix. 3 is your ABC 1, 2, 3 creation. 1 into 2 creating the 3. 86 is the house. Here is the spirit passing by the gate. Here is the beta spirit passing in between. This is where the house planet comes in. The cube inverts here. Here's Pluto. We reach the mirror and the birth. 29 to 9 months of birth in Venus. That's the way I look at it. Everything to do with a 9 will also do to the dividing gate. The reason for that is the dot, center dot, goes inside a 9. In French, they say 4 20s and a 10. The 10 is the mirror entry. 1, 2, 3, 4 equals to 10. Once you pass 90, the 90-degree angle, okay, depending if you're going from the left to right, but once you pass into this area over here, or what is known to go over here. So this would be 90, and then the entry over here, or 180 and the entrance over here backwards. If you want to go 270, we can use it that way. And your 360 degrees, 3 by 6 equals to 18. 3 plus 6 equals to 9. And that makes up for this explanation. At the same time, this is the 225 angle above and below, which is your vibration, 432, and your entrance to the moon, 216, 2160, which is 6 by 6 by 6. 6 plus 6 plus 6 equals to 18 equals to 234, and it totals 242. 99, and 99 is also the word 13, and Jupiter, which actually says one part Earth. Jupiter. A Jew is a wedge. When you come down to 12 in the game, I mean, there's 1,000 things going on here. You know, there's just not one thing. So when you come to 12, 2 cubes is 12. So you have 1 cube, 2 cubes, 3 cubes. This tells me 3 cubes. This one tells me over here mirror. And when you jump into 4, you jump into the TH family all the way until you get into the TH family over here when it ends. And then we start over as first, second, and third. sorry, let me just fix this. RD, that's your third. And now you need your fourth, so it's minus 24 equals to 64. Zion, Israel, 0. It'll create DC through the number 1. Number 1, 6 times 4, 6 plus 4 is 34. It equals to cold blue, 24 and 10. The numeric value is 34, but the evaluation comes from here. And this is DC, the house planet. 24 over here. So when we get to this answer, we're down by 64. So we went to first, second, and third. Now we went to fourth. Where is it? First, second, third, and here's fourth. So you start over on your sixth one. When you get down to 62, that would be the queen, and you'd complete your 25 and 26. I'm not sure. I'll do it over here. Okay, and this is Mars, and this is your Y letter. This is your Z letter. This is your 7. This is your 8. When you minus 25, it becomes 63, which is the student, and 62 becomes the queen, and 16, and you're back to over here, back to the spirit again. 16 or 91, church, half-life. The revert of this cube, 1 and 6, equals to 8 and 3. That 8 and 3 is your base creation of 11 and 22. We're going to look at the hockey game. 3 periods of 60 minutes. It's 26 minutes into this video already. I should end it if you have any questions. Now we're going to mix numbers together. If I mix this one with this one, I get 6 and 5. So 1 and 6, okay, 1 and 6 come together, and we end up with 6 and 5. And then 2 and 5 come together, and we end up with 7 and 4. And then 3 and 4 come together, and we end up with 6 and 5. So we have 2 times where 6 and 5 come together. Let me explain that. This is wrong. This is 8 and 3. Why did I do that? Let me correct this. This is 8 and 3. 24 and 11. This is going to be 28 and 11, and this is going to be 30 and 11. In the cycle of day through the moon in creation through the day of Mars, this is the word day, this is the word man, this is the word cat, man day. You can use other words also, but the mathematics create 3, 1, and 6, and your base ABC is 1, plus 2 is 3, plus 3 is 6. This one over here relates to the number 7. It also relates to 11, which is number 9, like in K9, right, which is 11, 9. I don't know where I did that equation before. I think I wrote it down. This one over here is Jesus. This one over here is energy. This one over here is time, and the time runs inside the moon. Another numeric value for the moon is 13, and man becomes man, and man on the moon at 13, where the king and the queen come in together. Number 75, which is also noted as 3/4, the house of DC. Why? Because that's 3/4 of. 81, which is Venus, and it is the gateway through Venus. Here's number 7. In the spirit is 76, or we're going to put Earth, which holds the spirit, to where Mars comes in. No spirit. Spirit in Earth, not in Mars. The reverse cube is all about Earth. The dividing between Earth is Mars. Number 6. Give me a second. I was working on the number 6 here. Maybe you'll just fast forward it. I was doing the grandfather thing for location. Mother, father, brother, sister, grandmother, grandfather. We're going to not talk about that. Let me see if it's in here. I had number 6 in here somewhere. I got so many papers. Let me put it on pause. Well, I had ripped out the page, but it's 06, reverse 08. 15, reverse 62, the queen. Mars reverts to the queen. 9 and 8 is this is the 2 to the power of 3, 3 to the power of 2, where Venus is duplicated, creating Mars,
what happens is, see, the base of the dice cube is this. Now this is half of what this is. It's divided. Here we're living in the center of this, but here there's more space. Here the space has been chopped. And then they shove the spirit inside here with the 2. See that half-life? 5 and 2, that's the numeric value for Earth. When the other value for Earth is right here, number 3, and then Mars comes in. This is where the cube divides, 3 and 4. And the center of 3 and 4, that's right. It's 3.5 is the center of these two. 0.5 shows me like a little mountain, right? Because it's 3 and 4. And if you go to 34, 43, you have 35. Anyways, just note that 24, 2, and 4, 6. This would be 6, 8, 6, 5, 6, 8, 6, 9. And this would be 56/11 and 15. 7 by 8, 56. 5 and 6, 11. Base creation in the letters KO, like knockout. Here's your gateway in Q. 9 and 6 equals to 15 also. So this is going to create the same situation as this over here. And you're going to get this numeric value, but this one is going to tell you about the sun. Mars and the sun coming together. This one over here is 9 and 8 equals to 17. This is your Q. The invert is 1 and 2 and 0, 1, depending if you're asking how many to a face. There's no more left over on a face other than 0, the total face of Rubik's, and 1 equaling to the 1 and 8, so the 1 spirit to the total face on every single side. 17 is Q, and then it becomes 8. The reverse of this is 1 and 2 to the 10 world, to the 1 dot center. If we're basing it on this 1 dot center, or we're basing it on the number 4. First it's 1, and then it's 4, right? And then it becomes 7. The reason for this, let me show you. Here is 3 and 3. We have 3 sections, creating that 1/7 pass. And our cycle is 1, 4, and 7. These are our 3 basic formations coming together. Now, my one question is, do I have to create 3 separate areas here? Hold on a second. Let me make this a little bit nicer. Do we have to make them all separate spaces, all their own square? Whoop. Yeah, hold on. Yes, all their own squares. So this one here, and this one here, and this one here, right, are not the same. Like if I'm looking at the 3 cube, I might not be looking at the same thing as what the 2 cube is, right? Maybe the 2 cube is, let's take a look at the 2 cube for a second. Let me darken in these 2 spaces, one here, not here, one here. Now let me do the outline to the cube. Now the question is, do I make the outline this way to the cube? Or do I make the outline out here to the cube? I should have used a lighter color. Right? I should have used the lighter color of what was going on in the cube. See here, it's an open space. It's 7 and the 2 spirit pass in the center, open to where the 5 is on the other side. See where it's locked in the 5? Unlike what is the 1, where it's open all the way around. Here we're going to go Mars. Here we're going to go Earth. And the reason I'm saying that is because 2 moons of Mars, 1 moon of Earth. Mars cuts through Earth. So anyways, just to make a long story short, this is 12 and 08. This is 15 and 08. In fact, these two are the inverse of each other. This is the dividing gate because of its mathematics. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals to 6 and 8. It creates the dividing gate. 3/4 and a whole. 4 of 4, 3 of 4. The king has 3 out of 4. 7 eyes. The queen has 8 eyes. The jack has 6 eyes. But the dividing gate is the king of the 7 eyes. Why is this inverted to that? The alphabet, the 12 and the 15 invert to each other. The 8s invert because 8 creates 8 mathematically. 8 times 8, 64. 8 and 8, 16. Plus 64 is 80. 8 plus 0 is 8. So they invert to each other. This creates the gate. This is area space between day and night. It'll also say teen and space. This one will say mass. This one will be in creation of the 33, 3 by 3, 3 plus 3, which creates that separation in the gate to 8 through the 7th gate of the 8 heavens, the one spirit pass. So anyways, that's it. Long video. If I was just talking and we were relating a little bit more, thank you for watching. So much more, so much more, so much more. Thank you for watching. Peace. Peace. Let's open up this gate. Ask. Let's share. Let's work together.